Hey, everybody. Happy Friday. I'm Julie Barrett, founder of Conservative Ladies of America and Conservative Ladies of Washington. And I do have a bill of the day for you today. But first, I want to talk about what's been going on this week in Olympia, Washington, in the state legislature with a couple of really, really bad bills that pertain to parent access to their children's records in public schools. And if you've been watching our videos for a while, you have already seen me talking about Senate Bill 5181 and House Bill 1296. And both of these bills repeal Initiative 2081, which is also called the Parents' Bill of Rights. I'm not a fan of the term parental rights. I prefer to make it about the kids and call it children's rights. That's what the left does. They make it all about the kids and protecting children. And so we should too. And truly it is about the rights that children have to be protected by their parents. And the state thinks that they know better than parents. And so they are continuing to insert themselves over and over and over again. Well, what they've done this week is they passed Senate Bill 5181 out of committee. Actually, that was last Friday. They did that. And they put an emergency clause on it. So that allows it to take effect immediately, and the citizens cannot run a referendum against it. House Bill 1296 passed yesterday out of the House Education Committee. The Republicans in the House Education Committee put forward a ton of amendments on this bill to try to make it less bad. All of their amendments were rejected. And one of them in particular is getting a lot of attention. This was an amendment proposed by Representative Travis Couture from Washington's 35th Legislative District. And this amendment would have required school districts to immediately notify parents if their student had been a victim of sexual misconduct by a school employee. You would think everybody would be good with such an amendment. But no, the Democrats all voted against it and the amendment did not pass. And people in Washington, whether they are legislators, they are somehow involved in politics, or they're just regular citizens like me, are outraged about this. And I struggle with this so much because why do we expect anything different? This is evil stuff. And the Democrats, at least in Washington, California, probably Oregon too, they will stop at nothing to have full control of your children, full control of the family, full control of your firearms, full control of your money, everything. There's nothing these people will stop at. Citizens really need to wake up and understand this agenda. There is no stopping it. In 2022, at the end of the legislative session, I went to my husband, a lifelong Washington resident. We both raised our kids in Washington. All of our family lives in Washington. And I said, we have got to get out of here because after going down the rabbit hole and looking through history for the last couple of decades and seeing what I saw just in that one session, I knew that this was a train that was headed way off the rails and huge destruction for the people of Washington state. Then in 2023, they came back and did even worse things. And then in 2024, they came back and did even worse things. And I sit here in Florida now and I go, yep, that's exactly what I expected. Yep, that's why we did the hard thing and we packed up our lives and we moved. It's not easy, but I'm here to tell you if you're staying in Washington and you're saying, I'm going to stay and fight, you need to understand what you're fighting and that you are not fighting something that can be stopped at this point. And the Republicans feigning outrage and disbelief. No, there has to be something drastic. They need to walk out. Why the Republicans are still going into the session, I don't know. I think they should all walk out. What do they have to lose at this point? I mean, the Democrats are going to pass it with or without them. So if I was them, I would just walk off. Do something drastic. Parents in Washington, you need to get your kids out of the public schools. It is not going to get better. They are not going to respect you. The Democrats and Washington government and the education industrial complex, they believe they know better than you, the parent. And that is a dangerous place to put your child. I want to remind you in 2023, they passed Senate Bill 5599 that allows the state to take your child and put them in a host home or a youth shelter if your child wants gender affirming care or abortion. And you, as the parent, do not even have to be notified. Now, if after that bill you're surprised that they won't let you access your kids' medical records at school, you're just not paying attention. And so, with as much love as I can possibly give you right now, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, concerned neighbor, or auntie or uncle, you guys need to wake up and understand that these are dangerous places for the children, and children have no place being anywhere near the government. All right, rant over. Here's the reality. These bills are both going to pass out of their chamber of origin. So, House Bill 1296 is going to pass out of the House, and Senate Bill 5181 is going to pass out of the Senate. And I believe that they will fast track these before the end of session so that they can get them signed into law and get that emergency clause enacted right away in Washington schools. So you need to start making your plan to protect your kids by getting them out of the schools. Make a way. Homeschool on the weekends. It doesn't have to be Monday through Friday, 8 to 2, or whatever the school schedule is. You can make it work for your family. So start brainstorming, start trying to think outside of the box. Connect with our team at Conservative Ladies. We will help you. We'll provide resources. We'll connect you with other parents, other groups that you can engage with. You can email our team, info@conservativeladiesofamerica.com. One of our leaders from the Washington team will get back to you. If you don't live in Washington, then just say so and let us know what state you're in and what kind of resources you are looking for. All right, let's dig into our bill of the day. So this goes on top of the crazy in what Washington is doing with the kids. Senate Bill 5622 is an act relating to establishing restrictions on the sale of over the counter diet pills and dietary supplements for weight loss or muscle building for individuals under 18 years of age. Now, this one caught my attention for a couple of reasons. I was a bodybuilder for many years, and I also, as a mom of 4 kids, I have 1 son and 3 daughters, and my 1 son was in basketball growing up, and he is kind of a tall, lanky kid. And so it was really difficult for him to gain weight. You know, he could eat all the food and he just was string beans. So, of course, his sisters hated that about him, that he could eat anything he wanted and not gain a pound. Well, as he was in basketball and just trying to help him gain weight and make him stronger, being a bodybuilder, being in the fitness and nutrition industry, I was giving him safe supplements and doing a lot of protein shakes and mass builders and that kind of thing to get calories in him and try to help him gain some weight. With this bill, no person may sell, offer to sell, or give away as either a retail or wholesale promotion an over the counter diet pill or dietary supplement for weight loss or muscle building within this state to any person under 18 years of age. Now, hold up a minute. We're going to give these kids abortion pills. We're going to give them puberty blockers. We're going to give them cross sex hormones. We're even going to maybe cut off their genitalia. But we don't want to have them have protein powder that might help them gain muscle mass. Like, these people are legit insane. You cannot make this up. It's totally the upside down. It's absolute insanity. So this would require retailers to check identification for purchases with acceptable forms, including driver's license, military IDs, passports. There's no ID check required, though, if the buyer appears to be over the age of 25. Now, most of these transactions are probably going to be online from like Amazon or bodybuilding.com or something like that. Well, for these online orders, the delivery must be accepted by someone over the age of 18, and proof of age would have to be provided upon delivery. So it's like what they did with cold medicine. But if you got your mifepristone, your abortion pill, you could be like 12 and it's cool. The bill also gives power to the Attorney General's office to investigate violations with potential fines of $500 per violation or $1,000 for the unauthorized use of transaction scan data. The courts will consider various factors to determine if a product is marketed for weight loss or muscle building. So that's the key factor with this bill. If the product's labeling or marketing bears statements or images that express or imply that the product will help modify, maintain, or reduce body weight, fat, appetite, overall metabolism, or the process by which nutrients are metabolized or maintain or increase muscle or strength, whether the product or its ingredients are otherwise represented for the purpose of achieving weight loss or muscle building. Like, this is ridiculous. How many high school football players do you think use like a mass builder protein? Probably all of them. Probably all high school athletes are using some supplement of some kind. This is absolutely ridiculous. And it is such a power and control move. And the Democrats are doing it really just because they can. That is Senate Bill 5622, the crazy bill of the week. And you have to just laugh and shake your head, or you will go mad with dealing with this kind of insanity. So I apologize for giving you another garbage bill, Washington. It'll be interesting to see if they move this along this session. And keep in mind, it's a biennium. So any bills that don't pass in 2025 are still alive for the 2026 session. So if it doesn't pass this year, it could pass in 2026. So we'll have to wait and see. I'll be watching this just because my background with bodybuilding and being a boy mom, this is interesting to me and really quite ridiculous. So it'll be interesting to see where the Democrats go with this. And I think there's such a great argument. And I hope that if this bill has a public hearing, that a lot of you Washington citizens will sign up to testify about the absurdity of this bill. Please be sure to share this video with your friends and other concerned citizens in Washington state and across the country. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, we would love for you to do that. Make sure you turn the notifications on, because a lot of our videos are time sensitive with calls to action. So thanks so much for engaging, and I look forward to chatting with you again next time.